Hello and good morning, it's your Pisces MC, Trevor Quincy. Today is September 29th, 2023. We made it through September. I don't know if it went fast for you, but for me, it kind of went fast. It just flew by. But let's take a look at what's going on in the sky. Right now, the sun is in Libra as well as Mars is. Major focus is going to be on relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts as well. Marriage and union also have an influence on here too. A lot of energy and drive are going to be around these themes during this time. Watch for impulsive or spontaneous energy here too. Now, Mars is also going to be expressing the North Node and the Chiron energy, also the Moon energy too, because tonight is the full moon in Aries as well. If you guys have been releasing anything lately, or if you felt this pent-up energy within this last couple of days, that is the full moon energy, and now is a great time to release anything pertaining to self-identity, independence, taking action towards your life's direction, or giving back to yourself through self-nourishment. It's time to release anything of those themes that no longer serve you, and that way you can move towards the things that are fated to happen, okay? But this releasing also needs to happen on a healing level, since Chiron also has an influence on this too, okay? But it is important, what happened? It is important to watch out for any spontaneous and impulsive actions during this time too. Watch out for any frustration. If anybody is trying to frustrate you purposely, watch out for that, release that as well. Hey Laura, I was actually thinking about you this morning too. How are you doing? How is everything? All right, let's see what else is going on here. We also have Pluto retrograde in the sign of Capricorn here. Pluto's asking us to reevaluate, revisit any lessons pertaining to career status, legacy, life's work, inner authority, as well as any lessons karmically that we have learned as well, okay? Now, in the United States, we are going through our second round of the Pluto return. For those that don't know, Pluto in the United States' birth chart is actually in Capricorn at 27 degrees, not 55 arc minutes like the current transit is right now, but we are going to see up until about the next 2-3 weeks, Pluto retrograding to go right back over that point. So here in the United States, we're experiencing that second round. So what can we expect from that second round? People being exposed that have a position of authority, people that are really doing for themselves instead of giving back to the collective. Because when Pluto transitions into Aquarius, this is about humanitarianism, giving back to the community, doing for the collective as well. And so with Pluto being in Capricorn, Pluto tends to do something on a big scale, and people can get a little bit confused because of they think it's for them, but in reality, it's actually for self-gain with Capricorn. And so for those who don't have the right alignment to go from the shift from Capricorn to Aquarius, they will be exposed publicly, since Capricorn is ruled by Saturn traditionally. Saturn likes to make things public. So if in the case, I will say during this time, see where Pluto may be affecting you. It's not a personal planet, so it usually doesn't affect you in a personal way unless it's happening on a collective scale, which I would say this energy is affecting everybody because everybody's feeling something, and things are getting exposed too. But take a look at Capricorn to see where you may be transforming on a personal level too, okay? Let's see here. We do have Saturn in Pisces as well as Neptune in Pisces too. Now is a great time to pay attention to your dreams, any visions that you may be having as well. With Saturn here, it's trying to make your dreams that tangible reality. So really pay attention to your subconscious. Now is a great time to do some subconscious reprogramming, okay? So as I said, pay attention to anything that is on your subconscious, your dreams, your visions as well, especially because dreams may be more vivid, especially within the last couple of days, right before this full moon happened. Dreams definitely could have been more vivid. There could have been more revealed in your dreams. So I don't know if any of you guys do dream interpretations. But now is a great time to pay attention to anything in specific that stands out, okay? Now, Saturn is throwing an opposition to Leo as what it seems. So I will say here, with this opposition to Venus and Leo, this is actually something that you need to become more confident in, rather express your authentic nature pertaining to relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, or perhaps just your own personal worth and value as well. That can actually be implemented to make your dreams a tangible reality too. Confidence will also be needed to execute your future endeavors, okay? Or just to make your dreams a tangible reality. Moving on, we do have the moon in Aries. We did talk about that because of the full moon in Aries, obviously. And I do want to ask a question. Is anybody feeling the new moon energy? Or sorry, the full moon energy, I should say, not the new moon energy. But is anybody feeling the full moon energy currently? I felt it the last couple of days. I didn't feel it so much today. Today just feels like a great day. It's sunny skies, winds blowing 15 miles per hour, east, northeast, not a cloud in the sky. Let's see here. And then we also have the moon in Aries. So with moon in Aries, you need to face your emotions emotions head on. If you bottle them up, this can lead to violent outbursts, lashing out. We wouldn't want that now, would we? You know? With Chiron here, this could bring up wounds around self-identity, independence as well. So just make sure that we're facing them head on. These wounds right now could definitely be emotional, especially with the full moon here, because it's all about releasing. So they can definitely come from below the surface. So just be sure that we're facing them head on, as I said here too. Fated events can definitely happen around this, especially now since the North Node is conjunct Chiron. So fated events definitely may be around the wounds. It can also be around healing during this time too. Now, these fated events can also give you a sense of direction. But during this time, especially within these next couple of days, any action that you are taking towards your life's direction, make sure that it has an emotional resonance with you. Otherwise, it gets the chap. You know? Let's see here. I don't know if it's because of the full moon, but I feel more energetic and emotional. Yeah, no, same here. Like, I feel more energetic today, emotional, and I felt like the last 2 days, yesterday I got a nosebleed, and I know that has nothing to do with Aries or anything like that, but like, usually before the full moon or anything like that, that's when I feel the most energy. And yesterday and the day prior, I felt weird and low, like the energy was definitely weird, but today I just feel more energetic than usual. All right, let's see here. We have Jupiter. We also have Uranus in Taurus here too. Jupiter retrograde usually gives blessings from when it was direct, depending on whatever actions that we took when it was direct. But Jupiter in Taurus really wants us to reevaluate any opportunity that we can give to ourselves in regards to establishing our worth and value, establishing material income for ourselves, as well as filling back up our own cup through self-replenishment, okay? Now, with Uranus in Taurus, just be sure that we're not spending more than what is coming in, vice versa as well. Make sure that we're not, make sure that we're not spending more than what is coming in. That's really what it is. Also, but Uranus can give us some sudden shifts to really help us to establish our worth and value. Perhaps maybe you're feeling tested by the universe during this time, or perhaps maybe you're put in situations to where your worth and your value are being tested. Two, just be sure here that you are coming back to yourself, that you're spending time by yourself in order to evaluate or even discern possibly the energy that is for you. Only reason why I say that is because Mercury and Virgo is actually throwing a trine to both Jupiter and the Uranus placements in Taurus, okay? Let's see here. How can we get a reading? I'm going to pull that up in just a second, okay? And then last but not least, we do have Venus in Leo. So as I said before, now is a great time to become confident in your worth and value, or to express what it is that you would like in relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts as well. Now, Venus has recently got out of the retrograde period, so we could still see things because we're still in the shadow period. We'll be in that for some time, but for the most part, it's a fun energy. It's really enjoying life for its fun and recreation as well. Now, the Venus is right now at a critical degree here too, so major focus is going to be on whatever area of life Leo may be in for you, so really pay attention to that area of life for you. Then we have Mercury and Virgo. Just watch out for self-criticism, criticism of others during this time as well too. But in terms of developing your skills, communication, that could be directed towards your day-to-day, daily operations, work schedule, routine, or on personal development and physical health as well, okay? So that is what I am seeing for the current transit so far. I am doing readings today for 15 doll hairs. If in the case that you would like a reading, all you have to do is send $15 to TRZO LLC, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. The name is synonymous through all three platforms. Just be sure to include your birthday, time, and location, like what you just see, like the example down here. I'm just taking this out. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll just leave it. Okay, and then for international birthdays, all you have to do is format that month, day, year instead of day, month, year. And if you forget to send your information, you can always send it to my Instagram at TRZO, TRESCZO, okay? But I am giving away a free reading this morning to the first person who can correctly answer the following. Which house, other than the fourth house, can show how one expresses their authentic nature at home and or in private? Which house, other than the fourth house, can show how one expresses their authentic nature at home or in public? I'm looking for a specific house here, okay? I'll give you a hint. We're using derivative astrology. We are using derivative astrology today. So the free reading can go to the first person who can correctly answer the following. Which house other than the fourth can show how one expresses their authentic nature at home and or in private? Feel free to put your guesses in the comments below. For those that are watching the pre-recorded version, you can always put in the comment section as well to play along too. For those that are in our live audience today, I do want to know your rising sign, so you can comment down below or you can vote vote in the poll. There is no voting poll, but it's just a poll to see like who's here today. All right, so we already got some guesses. We got the 12th house. It's not the 12th house, but you're on the right track. You're on the right track. I'll give you that. Just sent via Cash App. Thank you, thank you. So I'll leave this up for a little bit, but I do want to chat, see how everybody's doing, how everybody's taking to this full moon energy. Hopefully everything's going well. It is an Aries today. It should be sidereal Pisces. Yeah, it's going to be a sidereal Pisces full moon for those who are into sidereal astrology. So this could definitely be where things are coming out of the hidden. Things that were unknown are now becoming known as well. This can also be a full moon to where you're releasing your need for control on how things are going to manifest or how your dreams are going to come into fruition, okay? You're letting the universe take its time or take its course, the course that's meant for you, okay? This is kind of an interesting energy because this is when things really come together. This is, some people can actually be in their harvest period depending on wherever the full moon is manifesting for them too. Okay, let's see here. Feisty as a Leo rising. So as a Leo rising, this is happening in your 9th house. The full moon energy is happening in your 9th. Or you must have a lot of energy, don't you? All right, Sharon, I got you. Give me 1 second. I just got to write this down. I got Sharon. And then, if anybody else wants, they can do. Full moon transits my 7th house. Ooh, relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts. Mine's going through my 10th of career, status, legacy, life's work. It is, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, it already happened, actually. It happened earlier this morning, the exact full moon energy. But we're still in it. You know, it's still 2 degrees apart. But right now, I actually have a stellium in my 10th house because I have the North Node there. I have Chiron there as well. I have Saturn natally in my 10th house, conjunct Chiron as we speak. And then we have the moon here currently. But the moon moves 13 degrees through the signs every day. So we're still going to be in the full moon energy for those who are feeling it. All right, so let's see here. I think it's because my Aries Mercury too. Oh gosh, so is the full moon conjuncting your Mercury today? I wonder if it's conjuncting your moon. Let's see here. Let's see who's voted in the poll so far. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, 33, tied with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. No Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Oh, I'm feeling scammed right now. Let's see here. Hello all. Hi. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. Anybody got any good plans that they're doing? I actually don't know what I'm doing for the weekend. You know, I know I'll be going somewhere. What is the poll? It's a quick little poll. I'm just asking your rising sign, but I know some people have different versions of TikTok than other people. Like, for instance, some people don't have polls. Like, some people don't have the dual screen that I have. I recently got that. Like, when I used to do lives, like, earlier in the year, I didn't even have the dual screen, so it was hard for me to, like, you know, do the reading. I'll flip it and then flip it right back and everything like that. You can see, like, the earlier episodes that I did on YouTube. I upload these every day. Well, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that I do that. Tuesdays and Thursdays I dedicate towards my readings, my private readings, which brings me to my next thing. So I'll leave this up here. I'm going to read the friggin' Scorpio. I am a Scorpio. I am. All right, so I'm going to read the free reading one more time because nobody wants a free reading. Oh my God. So the free reading to the first person who correctly answers, which house other than the 4th house can show how one expresses their authentic nature at home and or in private? Which house other than the 4th can show how one expresses their authentic nature at home and or in private? Oh, you're a Scorpio rising. Gotcha. All right, so you can put your answers there because I know some of y'all want a free read. And all right, the 1st house, of course, we see 2nd house, 1st house. These are some good guesses, but I'm looking 8th house. That's what I'm looking for there. Okay, it is the 8th house. So Sharon, if you want a free reading, you can give your reading to somebody else too, because you already paid for a reading too. Unless you want to keep it as a tip, it's up to you. But Sharon got it correct. It is the 8th house because we're using derivative astrology here, okay? The 8th house is 5 places from the 4th house. 5 places from any house shows you how one would express their self, their authentic nature, depending on whatever area of life. So if we're looking at a chart here, let me pull up the chart. We're just going to look at this Scorpio rising chat here, okay? But if we're looking at the 4th house, yes, this is an Aquarius nature. They may be more detached with their emotions, or they may be more overly intellectual with them as well. But how are they expressing themselves in the home? How can we find out more information from this Aquarius IC placement here? Of course, we can look towards the rulers of these placements here to get a look on how one may express themselves when they're at their most private self. But there's always going to be a house that shows me every single time how this person is going to show their true authentic nature, how that's going to be expressed. Okay? And so we're going to go 5 places from itself, because the 5th house is the house of expression, creativity, putting yourself out there, and expressing your most authentic self. And so if we're going 5 places from Aquarius, you always want to start with the 1st house, okay? I don't use 5th house in that way, so I wouldn't have guessed. Oh yeah, so this is like derivatives, as I said. So each house has its own derivative. So if we're doing one place from itself, that's the house that you're, inquiring on. So for instance, if you want the 1st house from the 1st house, it's always going to be the 1st house. But 2nd from the 1st is always going to be 2nd. 3rd from the 1st is going to be the 3rd, and then so on and so forth. But 5 places from the 4th house can show how one can be authentic in the home, how one can express itself, how one can also be creative, how one can have fun in their personal life, as well as how one can love in their personal life as well. Remember, intimacy is the 8th house too. Vulnerability is the 8th house as well too. So 5 places from the 4th house would be the 8th house of Gemini. One may be more communicative. They may keep more secrets, of course, because it is the 8th house. You do keep things more private. But of course, you want to look towards the energy of what the 8th house is. Of course, the current transits right now don't show any placements within the natal 8th, but this person overall would be more communicative, perhaps maybe putting their ideas or their creativity into multiple interests instead of just one lane as well, all right? But that is pretty much it. Congratulations, Sharon. But Sharon, I do need some insight from you, because you did pay for a reading. So would you want to give that to somebody else, or would you want to keep it as a tip? Whichever one is interested for you. All right, let's see here. Thank you. Do you want the reading? Okay, so Mari, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. All right, so let's see here. I'm just rereading through. Let's see. Did I miss anything? 8th house, I would say. Yep. Sure, let's send it to someone else. Oh, we love that. We love that. We love that. We love that. Okay, so Mary, I'm going to give it to... I want to just pronounce your name right, because I know that can be pronounced in many different ways. Is it Mary, Mari, Marie? Let me know. You are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. What does the 6th house rule, if you don't mind me asking? Good question. The 6th house is the house of day-to-day responsibility, daily obligations, daily operations as well. Work schedules, routines around our personal development and our physical health. Can rule fitness, but it's usually our personal development journey, what we can implement from our spiritual journey within our day-to-day to establish the balance. It's also our coworkers, our subordinates, our employers, our employees, if in the case that we have a job or a startup or an entrepreneurship, whatever that may be as well. Different signs can manifest different here. Saturn and Mars, natural significators of the 6th house there. Mars does fairly well, better than Saturn does. Both workaholic energies. If not careful though, Mars can just cause some impulse and spontaneity in the day-to-day, can cause some accidents, or can cause some just little setbacks, minor, but those are things that can be fixed. When Mars is in the 6th house, can definitely give you some good health, because Mars is fighting towards something, whereas with Saturn, can usually give ailment, sickness, illness, if not careful, if you're overworking yourself too hard. Major lessons are going to be learned, because Saturn is the planet of karma, so karmic lessons could be planted through the 6th house. Not really the best placement to have if it's Saturn here. But Mercury, of course, is exalted in the 6th house, which means that organization could be seen through here, and how to better communicate, to analyze, and to research certain things as well. That does well in the 6th house too. All right. Oh, thank you for the bunnies and the stars. Thank you for the bunnies and the stars. The 2nd. Mari. Is it Mari? Mari. Grateful for the wisdom. All right, so we're going to start with Sharon, and then just send, if you can send your information, Mari, to my Instagram at TRZO, or you could send it on here, whichever one works for you. I'm not even bitter about it. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? What's my favorite house? That's a good question. I don't know, because you know what? I feel like every house for me has brought its own experience, because for instance, when I had my Jupiter return, I started paying attention to how Jupiter affected me through each placement, and then when Saturn crossed through my 8th, and I didn't really feel what people were saying that I was going to feel, I started paying attention to Saturn. Right now, Saturn's in my ninth, and we all know how that has played out over the past couple of months. But I'd say my favorite house would have to be, I think, either the fourth or the fifth house. You know, fourth house because my chart ruler expresses itself there through tropical. And fifth house because it's the house of creativity and my son's there. It helps me to better express myself. And I like Mercury in the fifth too. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm breathing today. Sunny skies. How are you doing on this full moon energy? Are you feeling the energy? Or have you felt it before? Because for me, I've been feeling it earlier this week. I'm not really feeling it today. I'm feeling more energetic. You know what I mean? The fourth house is underrated. You know what? That's so crazy because, you know, the other day, I think I was talking to my roommate about it. And no, I was talking to my brother about it. And we were talking about how 10th housers tend to find success and fame or whatever they achieve or whatever they perceive to be achievement. They find that when they move away from home, juxtapose fourth housers. But I actually found that fourth houses also want to leave home too. But the fourth house is so underrated is because they have the ability to not only learn emotional intelligence through other people and not just themselves as well. However, they also have what it takes to build up a foundation for themselves. I like to say that it's like, or Capricorn energy is really diet Cancer energy because Cancer energy, people underrate that so much. People think that Cancers are crybabies, they're emotionally manipulative. Meanwhile, they're not really all that emotional. They're really smart and their identity is found in their career, you know? So I like Cancer energy. I like fourth house energy, you know, not just saying that because I'm a Cancer rising with the moon in the fourth house, but I just like it. I do. All right. It's eclipse season on the horizon, so this full moon ain't nothing new. It's a little spicy, no biggie, you know. I think somebody said it's supposed to be a supermoon today, but I'm like, that just means that the moon is closer to the Earth, or it appears closer or bigger, per se. But I'm like, I don't really give into the titles and anything like that. I'm like, how am I gonna feel, you know? So let's see here. It also has associations with mysticism, witchcraft, graves, etc., since it's symbolically under the earth, right? Because it's the most hidden aspects of ourselves. And a lot of people say that the 12th house is the thing that is most hidden from our identity, which is true because it's 12 places from the first. But the fourth house is the foundation of everything. You can't have the rest of the chart without the foundation first. So that's why I like the fourth house personally. Plus, it's most comfortable too. But I will say though this, because my North Node's conjunct the IC, and it's such a trippy experience, is because you know how everybody says you got to step out of your comfort zone and you got to be able to, no, you have to step out of your comfort zone in order to be the person that you want to be. It's weird is because it's like me stepping out of my comfort zone is getting into my comfort zone. Like I hate resting. I hate just sitting around and doing nothing. Like I love to be productive because in my sidereal chart, you know, I got a moon in Virgo in the fourth, you know, so I love to just like do something and stay productive, but I have to get out of my comfort zone of doing that and I have to be able to learn how to rest, you know, so that's something that I'm learning as well too. I don't know, my fourth house is pretty rough, as you'll see. You know what? I've seen different types of charts. You know, nothing phases me now. No. Now, I will say this. If you have Saturn conjunct Pluto, you got Mars in that conjunction too. And then you got like a benefic like Venus or Jupiter, and that's all like in the fourth or the eighth house, then I'm sending thoughts and prayers, you know? Let's see. Yeah, everybody has to find their way. Absolutely. Ooh, Cancer rising, gang. We love the Cancer risings. Me too. I need to learn how to rest, but my bank account says work, work, work. Not, wait, but same. I guess it's not the truth. Oh, I guess it's not that rough. Oh, yeah, no, like, you know, it could definitely play out in many ways, too. See, the universe could be petty because, you know what, people that don't pay out their karma, I personally believe that, here's my theory. I personally believe that people that don't play out their karma in their current incarnation, they come back and then they get all these placements that are just like, what's going on? You know, like Saturn, Pluto, Mars, and they're all in like a sign like Gemini or Scorpio, and it's in like a water house, too. No. Immediate no. Check spelling. What am I checking spelling on? All right, let's get to these readings. We're going to first start with Sharon, and then we're going to go to Mari. Mari, did you send your information to my Instagram? I'm just opening it up so I can see it, you know, but just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right, let's see here. She sent it on here. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, let me see here. I'll just have to write it down. Oh, you did. Oh, Mexico City, Mexico. Now, have I been to Mexico? I have not. Trying to figure out where I can write. Oh, you know what? I'll just write it on a Post-it note. How about I do that? Because I have a pen and a Post-it right in front of me. Okay. All right. Okay, so Sharon, we're going to start with you, and everybody's going to see how the readings work. All right, so just have to wait for that to exit out and for this to load. 2 new messages. You have spammers that pretend to be you, unfortunately. I do. I know a couple of months ago, I had people say that, like, people were reaching out to them and saying that, oh, you know, get a reading or whatever and things like that. But I thought it stopped. You know, I never knew that it continued. But this is my only account, so I clearly got to pick that up. And I guess now I'm realizing that I'm like, I must have spammers because my engagement has gone lower and no one has said anything. And I've been wondering, I'm like, what's going on? You know, that means you're liked. Oh, well, thank you. You know, thank you, thank you. But yeah, no, I didn't even know that it was continuing. I thought it was just over. I thought that was just like a phase, but guess not. But yeah, no, I just don't give in to the spammers. But this is my only account, you know. This is just too much to copy. But like, I feel like people start, you know, those spammers, because I feel like I've been scammed before by somebody who I thought was real, but then they weren't because like I didn't know how they talked. But like, it's kind of hard through DMs because people could talk however, but I'm like, for starters, I don't really use emojis all that much. And I've seen people try, like, the conversations that people pretended to be me through, they use so much emojis. And I'm like, I'm not that type of person. But here I am giving these people hints. So maybe I shouldn't. Every day I get requests. Is this your fave Astro website? It is. I really love the layout of it. And I know Astro.com does better in terms of like, what is it? In terms of, not the degree placement, but like just the overall like functions and the features that they have, I tend to do better with that on Astro. But on Astro-Charts, I don't know. There's just something about the design. Do I have any Gemini placements? I do in my sidereal chart. I'm a sidereal Gemini ascendant, you know? But too much Gemini energy? I don't know. Couldn't be me. All right, so let's get started here. Ooh, North Miami. I've been to Miami all of once. I took an Amtrak down there. I don't think I'll ever do that again, but I enjoyed it. I will definitely, you know, recommend, maybe. I don't know. How's the humidity down there? I'll tell you that. Okay, and all right, here we go. Why speak on a house and one of your signs is there, sounding like you don't like yourself and boring? Wait, why speak on a house and one of your signs is there, sounding like you don't like No, I like myself. I don't mind Gemini energy. I actually attract a lot of Gemini energy. My roommate has a Saturn in Gemini and a moon in Gemini. My twin's a whole Gemini ascendant. My mom's a Gemini ascendant too. I don't mind Gemini energy, just not my favorite. All right, so let's see how these are going to work out. All right, so before I get to this lovely chart here, come on, Leo Ascendant, I'm going to take a look down here to see if you have any what? Critical degrees. What are critical degrees? Critical degrees are degrees of significant importance. If you have any critical degrees, you need to pay attention to the sign and the house. The sign and the house. This can bring in fated events, people, places, things, the nouns, essentially, that can help you to grow and evolve on your journey and on your path, too. So, as I said before, if you have any critical degrees, you need to pay attention to the sign and the house. Oh, I'm not talking to you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. I agree. Based on aesthetics, this is the best one. OMG like an oven, screaming. Let's see here. I have Chiron and Gemini. Chiron and Gemini, I tend to see that that's a common placement. Tends to be a common placement. All right, so let's see if you have any critical degrees here. Sun 22 Taurus, you got a critical degree for your sun placement there. Moon 15 Taurus, Mercury 26 Aries, Mercury's at a critical degree. Venus 5 Cancer, Mars 22 Cancer. Jupiter 6 Leo, Saturn 6 Aquarius. Uranus 13 Capricorn, Uranus is at a critical degree. Neptune 16 Capricorn retrograde, Pluto 18 Capricorn retrograde. Uranus is also retrograde, I just didn't say it. North Node 22 Capricorn retrograde, Chiron 23 Cancer. Ascendant 25 Leo, MC 23 Taurus. All right, let's get to it. Let's see. What do you got going on down here? Mars, 22 degrees Cancer. Nice. All right, let's see. So part of your ascension requires you to tap into your most authentic expression and really just put yourself out there, building up your confidence, enjoying life for its fun and recreation, also focusing on love, romance, and children. That can also have an influence on your life as well. You have a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience that you could have brought this in from past lives, or just early on in life you could have been exposed to a lot of experiences. But since you have Jupiter in the 12th house in your Placidus, there could be all also a lot of unconscious qualities that will be presented to you when you spend time by yourself. If not, this can manifest people that could be overly cocky or people that just don't have your best intention at heart, showing you your unconscious qualities. Pay attention to that if that ever happens. That could actually be quite a karmic lesson for you, since Saturn does have an influence on your Jupiter placement there. But I will say, with Jupiter being in the first, there's a lot of energy to do something. You could be seen as a teacher, somebody who's just wise and has a lot of experience, but just be sure here that we are watching out for the over-ego energy, being overly confident, because that could be the shadow side of Jupiter in Leo here, okay? But for the most part, I will just say balancing out between having a relationship with yourself and with other people. So having a relationship with yourself, best relationship that you can have here, okay? Now, your chart ruler could be found in the 10th house of career, status, legacy, and life's work. Just be sure here that you are taking your time within your career, because patience is going to be required. But whatever you're building for your career, status, legacy, and life's work is going to be around for a long time, okay? Now, part of you is meant to attract attention, so you may have a lot of attention on you pertaining to whatever it is that you're doing. Now, whatever it is that you do within your career, status, legacy, and life's work, it needs to resonate with your emotional well-being. Otherwise, it may not be worth it, or it may not have the impact that you may desire, okay? You're very emotionally stable, especially around career dealings. Just be sure to take your time, okay? That's the only thing I'm seeing here. Also, finding a balance between your personal and your private life as well, too, okay? But moving on, we have nothing in Virgo, nothing in Libra. We do have that Pluto in Scorpio in the 4th house here. Very transformative upbringing, could have gone through intense situations as well. Now, you could be a generational curse breaker. That could be the reason why your life may be so hard. It may seem as though that these karmic situations are coming in, and you may not understand why it's happening. It's happening because it's actually preparing you for your career, status, legacy, and life's work, and preparing you for success as well. But it's also helping you to understand you at a foundational level, okay? So really getting to learn yourself at a foundational level, who are you truly, is really going to help you to step into your power. Also, be sure to prioritize your healing journey, because there are some emotions that you could have suppressed early on too, okay? So going below the surface, accepting the darker aspects of life, making peace with your past. These are all going to be things that are going to help you to step into your power, just as long as you don't over-obsess over them, okay? Moving on, we have nothing in Sagittarius. We have a party in Capricorn. We have the North Node. We have Neptune. We also have Uranus here too. Could be sudden changes within your day-to-day. You may change jobs if in the case that it's not resonating with you. With Neptune here, implementing things from your spiritual journey within your day-to-day will definitely help you to establish balance here too. Establishing that connection with the universe, deepening it if it already exists, will also help you to really develop yourself on a more personal level here too, and may also help you to cater towards career, status, legacy, and life's work with its influence in Capricorn. You may have, you may dream or fantasize about success, recognition, and that could definitely come to you, especially because it's fated events that will come and help you out here, and there are trines that are throwing to your 10th house, so you're naturally going to attract that attention. But just be sure that we're not falling into the false illusion of what success and fame can bring you, okay? Make sure that we're looking at that from a realistic note, because for you, fame and recognition could actually be quite karmic for you, okay? Not in a bad way, just meaning that like there could be lessons that are needed to learn before you get that level of success and the status that you're looking for or desire, okay? Moving on, we do have Saturn in the 7th house too. Karmic lessons in regards to relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, marriage and union sold separately. But having a relationship with yourself, best relationship that you can have here. There will be delays in relationships, but it doesn't deny it here, okay? Usually after the Saturn return, that's usually when you attract a partner for the long run, okay? It does bring longevity to relationships. May not be the most, happiest, or I wouldn't say happiness. It may not be the most exciting, because Saturn's more that dull, restrictive energy, but you never know. Saturn could surprise you. It does better in Aquarius than it does in Capricorn. But I'll tell you this, with Saturn in the 7th house in terms of business, does really well. Pay attention to your ideas. They're quite innovative and revolutionary. They can actually help you to make your dreams a tangible reality and to execute any future endeavors that you may have. There's a lot of opportunity there for that, okay? Moving on, there's nothing in Pisces. We have Mercury and Aries. First and foremost, think before you do, think before you speak, okay? Your mind may move 1,000 miles a minute, but it's really important to watch for impulse thoughts, impulse actions as well, or taking that, okay, because they could be quite expansive or quite big for you. They could also affect other people too, perhaps on a karmic level, since Mars is expressing itself through that Cancer energy in your 12th house whole sign. But with Mercury in your 9th house, you're meant to share your story, share your experience, get yourself out there in terms of that, because you may identify with your belief system or perhaps with your life's purpose, trying to find a meaning of life, trying to find your own truth per se. But you've gone through enough experiences to where other people may come to you for advice or for some wisdom, because they may need needed for their journey as well. So just be sure that for starters that you're opening yourself to other people's perspective as well, that you're not just sticking within your own, but you are sharing your story within that as well too, okay? Moving on, we already talked about Taurus in the 10th house, nothing in Gemini. So last but not least, before I let you go, we do have Venus in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, and Chiron here too. There could be wounds with trusting in the unknown, karmic enemies, or perhaps people that don't have your energy at heart or your best energy at heart. There could also be wounds with giving your energy to other people that are not going to handle it well. Setting up energetic boundaries will definitely help you out here. Now, early on, you could have had wounds around family. Perhaps maybe you felt like your family was karmic, or you were born into a position to where you couldn't really do much because of what was happening within your family. This is really giving the family that tries to put on a great face for the public, but then behind the scenes, there are things that are happening. With Venus here, other people are definitely going to help you and assist you on your spiritual journey. You're not meant to do it alone, but definitely watch out for overly giving to people to your detriment, okay? Be sure not to rush through your spiritual journey as well, taking your time, because that can lead to psychological damage if you're rushing or being too impulsive with that, okay? Also, be sure to face your emotions head on, not bottling them up. This can lead to violent outbursts and lashing out if in the case that you bottle up your emotions here. But for the instance, you do have energy and drive to continue on your spiritual journey here. Traveling to foreign lands can definitely be applicable for you, but to help heal yourself and to heal other people, really tapping into learning yourself at a foundational level and listening to that intuition, okay? Because that can cause some wounds if not careful, all right? But that's pretty much all I'm seeing for your chart for the most part. Ooh, Alara also said that you could be great at divination, so studying astrology could work well. I could definitely see that because you do have Saturn in Aquarius that can make you a great astrologer. It may take a little bit of time at the beginning, but you would do quite well. Jupiter in the first is also seen here. You do have 12th house placements that back that up as well. And let's see here. And then you have Pluto and Scorpio too. So I would say that you would make a great divination analyst. I like to call them the divination analysts instead of just like a readers or anything like that. But that's pretty much all I'm seeing for your chart for the most part. Thank you. What's going on here? All right, let's see. All right. I can do this. Great reading. Thank you. So that's pretty much how they go. For those that are still interested in the readings, they're going to be $15 today. So all you have to do is just send $15 here to TRZO LLC, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Just be sure to include your birth information like date, time, and location, just like the example that you see up there. And then for international birthdays, just format that month, day, year instead of day, month, year, okay? And then you can send it to my Instagram if you forget. All right, so let's see. Maury. If I could spell your name right, I'm sorry, but I got Mexico City. I've never been to Mexico. I wanted to go to Cancun, but I never found the right people to go with. Would any of y'all go to Cancun with me? Now, I'm not going to pay anybody's ticket. I don't got time for that. All right. How is it going with learning French? Well, I've been speaking French for about, let's see, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I've been speaking French for 14 years. It's pretty good. I haven't done it in a while because I've been focusing more on Spanish. And so French is kind of like here and there, but I never forget it. Any advice for 22 degrees? In which sign? Because 22 degrees, it's a Capricorn degree. So this deals with career status, legacy, life's work, may make things a little bit more restrictive, or perhaps maybe more hard or challenging. But there's some karmic lessons within that degree. But depends. My sun sign Taurus. So I would say for Taurus, just be sure that you are prioritizing your worth and value. If the universe is testing your patience, ask yourself when enough is enough in terms of personality. Just be sure that you're establishing a balance between giving and receiving as well. And also be sure that you're filling up your own cup, okay? Because I will say that with 22 degrees, it's going to bring some karmic lessons to see if you know your own worth and value here. Or perhaps to see if you're valuing yourself like the universe values you too. All right. Oh, wow. I love that. Romance languages coming through. I'll tell you this. All right, so let's see, Mari, what you got going on here. Sun 0 Cancer, Sun's at a critical degree. Moon 18 Aquarius, Mercury 0 Cancer retrograde, Mercury's at a critical degree. Venus 20 Cancer, Mars 11 Gemini, Jupiter 1 Libra, Jupiter's at a critical degree. Saturn 3 Libra, Uranus 26 Scorpio retrograde, Neptune 23 Sagittarius retrograde, Pluto 21 Libra retrograde. Your Pluto's sitting right on top of my moon, degree and all. North Node 3 Leo retrograde, Chiron 20 Taurus, Ascendant 0 Libra, Ascendant's at a critical degree. MC Midhaven 0 Cancer, MC see midhaven is at a critical degree. All right, let's see what's going on up here. Let me just censor that. All right, it's tiring, T. My chart is full of karmic lessons. Thank you. It didn't give karmic lessons for me all that much. You just have the North Node in Capricorn, so it's just going to be a lot of fated events that may feel karmic. But I promise you this, the longevity that can come with that, the authority. Maybe. Who knows? I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. That was Virgo, Libra ascendant. Okay, so part of your ascension requires you to focus on relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts, marriage and union sold separately as well. You do have a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience. Could have been from past life, could have just been from earlier in life too. But any action that you're taking towards your career, status, legacy, and life's work is going to require some organization, consistency, and structure with it too, okay? Because Saturn wants you to take the action and do it right the first time round. You do have a very strong Saturn, so you know how to think before doing, juxtapose just taking action and then thinking later, like Saturn and Aries, like I have myself. But you better calm down there. Don't throw that slander. All right, Pluto in the first house, you may find that people may project onto you because you're just being yourself, you know, but people may find your energy to be intimidating, perhaps too serious sometimes, or perhaps they just may not resonate with your energy here. Let me give you a bit of advice. You do well with people that are on their healing journey. Only reason is because you've gone through your own transformation that requires you to kind of get out of being this inauthentic version of yourself. Pluto wants you to be the most vulnerable and the most authentic version of yourself with your light and your shadow attributes. And you'll find that other people that may not resonate with your energy may project onto you is because your energy serves as a catalyst that gives them the ultimatum to heal or to project. 9 out of 10 times they may project, so just don't take that on, okay? But with Pluto and Libra, relationships, partnerships, interpersonal connection, business contracts can also be a means to help you to step into your power. There may be a little bit of conflict in regards to career status, legacy, and life's work because it may not correlate to who you are, but just be sure that you are emotionally resonating with the actions that you're taking towards your career status, legacy, and life's work. It could turn that square into a means of success and achievement for you, okay? Your chart ruler could also be found in the 10th house of career status, legacy, and life's work. So just be sure that you're not doing everything on your own because other people are meant to help you out here, give you resources to grow and evolve within your career status, legacy, and life's work. But as I said, you need to be doing something that resonates with your emotional fulfillment or your emotional well-being. Otherwise, it may not have the impact that you may want, okay? Moving on, we do have Uranus and Scorpio. Just make sure that we are not spending more than what is coming in, okay? Sudden changes can definitely come about. You can come into a boatload of money, or perhaps maybe you may have to give money away. But I will say career status, legacy, and life's work can definitely be a means for you to earn some money here too, effortlessly, if I may add, since Venus does have an influence here, okay? You'd benefit from executing any future endeavors that you may have, any ideas, any wishes that you may have as well. Be sure to execute them. It's actually part of your destiny. With North Node being in Leo, you just need to develop confidence over the ideas that you may have as well. Just be sure that we're also not over obsessing over money as well, or equating money to our worth and value too, okay? Let's see here. I sell makeup and I love that transformation with the ladies. I know that's right. Oh, see here, that actually goes good with being a makeup artist, Scorpio in the second house, the transformation, you know, making somebody looking pretty too. You know, now I'm not, because my skin's very like sensitive. So do you have any advice for people that do have sensitive skin that would like to, you know, enhance their looks or anything like that? Because for me, right now I use witch hazel. It works out, but like, you know, I just want to make me look a little more cute, if I say so myself. Also, I do want to note that other people definitely see your worth and value. It's just important that you see it within yourself, okay? Also, be sure to prioritize your healing journey. It'll help you to heal yourself and to heal other people, but it can also help you to establish your worth and value as well, okay? Moving on, we have Neptune and Sagittarius. Definitely a fall solution could be around community, communication, developing your skills. Siblings, cousins, your immediate environment may have it may have an influence on here too, but with Neptune here, developing a connection with the universe can actually help you to understand why you may be having the ideas that you may have, okay? Can also give you ideas that can help you towards your career status, legacy, and life's work. Look at God, okay? But I will say here, your Neptune placement sits at the apex of a major yacht here, so paying attention to any placements that are transiting late degree Gemini placements, early degree Cancer, because it can activate this position for you. How is that going to manifest? We don't know. But I will say here, just finding a balance between your career status, legacy, and life's work and your ideas, thoughts, your communication as well too. Now, I do want to make note that any placements within the 3rd house, the 6th house, the 10th, and the 11th, they naturally get better over a span of time because these are what we call in the Vedic astrology the Upacha houses. These are the houses that get better with time because they deal with skill and longevity, and you naturally need time to get better at something, right? So the 3rd and the 6th, they deal with skill. 10th and the 11th, they deal with longevity because of success and career, but they take time to get there. All right. Same question, is rice water good? Oh, see, like, you know what? Because I tried rice water on my hair too. So I want to know, like, if anybody is trying that, is it good? If so, like, do you use the homemade right? All right, let's see here. Nothing in Capricorn. We have Moon in Aquarius in the 5th house. Just make sure that we are not detaching from our emotions or over-intellectualizing your emotions, but rather feeling them through. Emotional fulfillment could be found through putting yourself out there, expressing yourself, building up your confidence, and expressing your most authentic nature. You may have an unconventional or different way on how to do this, but just be sure that you are expressing both your light and your shadow attributes confidently. That'll help you to heal yourself and heal other people, and it can turn this inner conflict into a means of success and achievement. Look at God, okay? But I will say here too, be sure that whatever fun that you're having emotionally resonates with you. Otherwise, may not have the impact for you. All right. Nothing in Pisces, nothing in Aries. Chiron in Taurus in the 8th house. These are wounds that run quite deep that could have an effect on your worth and your value as well. Now, I will say here that in regards to Chiron in the 8th house, these could be wounds in regards to going through a specific transformation. Perhaps there could have been some traumatic situations that happened. This could come from an authority figure, perhaps people from family as well too, that could have made you feel as though that the transition that you were going through in life or the transformation that you could have went through could have been a hindrance. It could have been a burden per se. Just be sure that you're prioritizing your own inner journey or healing journey because there's wisdom that's going to come from that as well. For you, there could be an inheritance that can come to help you heal yourself and to heal other people. But I will say the transformation that you're going through or that you've gone through could have an impact on your career status, legacy, and life's work. Anytime when I see the 8th house ruler in the 10th house, you have those once in a lifetime ideas that really come through. Be sure to write those down because the ideas that you come across with the 8th house ruler being in the 10th, these are things that can really put you in a position of power, and really give you that authority and the success that you may be looking for. Okay. Moving on, we do have, just want to make sure that the sun's in Cancer. Okay. So with the sun also in Cancer too, major focus is going to be on career status, legacy, and life's work, but pay attention to the lessons that come across in life too, because we don't really talk about the 10th house being the house of hardships enough in astrology, but the 10th house does bring a lot of hardships, but it's those hardships that prepare you for the success that it brings later on in life. Okay. We do have Mars and Gemini in that 9th house here, energy and drive towards finding a belief system, finding your philosophy, or finding a specific meaning of life that resonates to you and taking action towards your life's purpose here too. Definitely very curious when it comes to learning the different perspectives and the different beliefs out there. So definitely stay curious here. But I will say watch for the arguments, the debating energy that may come about when you're discussing your belief system, your philosophy with other people, because this can cause, differences. That's why I don't know if you ever heard the saying, like, don't discuss religion or politics with other people because it frustrates certain people because you're really talking about what people believe in. And essentially, if you're trying to sway them away from their belief, you're restructuring their subconscious in a sense too. So that can cause some frustration energy. So I'd just say watch out for them. Not saying that you would cause the arguments or the debates, just other people that may be in that energy. So just watch out for that, okay? Let's see here. We also have Mercury in Cancer. Pay attention to your intuitive nudges, okay? It's at a critical degree. So pay attention to any intuitive nudges that you get that can really help you within your career status, legacy, and life's work. It's only when you don't listen to the intuition where you may walk yourself into a hardship if not careful, okay? You may walk yourself into a specific lesson. But for the most part, this placement can also show that early on in life, education could have been pushed in the home from your mother and your father or both parents in general. They could have pushed you to further your studies too. But any ideas, any terms of communication can best be utilized within your career status, legacy, and life's work, okay? Last but not least, before I let you go, I do see that you have the North Node in Leo here. I have that in my sidereal chart. With North Node in Leo, you're definitely meant to develop your confidence and put yourself out there, shine your light, not dim it because of other people's projection or through self-sabotage as well. I have today to decide to quit my 9 to 5. You better quit that 9 to 5. That's right. I hear you. Let's see here. But with the North Node here, it's bringing fated events specifically towards friends, groups, networks, organizations, and the execution of your future endeavors, okay? So I will say here, these themes can help you to build up your confidence and to execute any future endeavors that you may have for yourself here, okay? Unconscious qualities may present itself since your North Node is expressing itself through that Sun in Cancer, and it's also at a critical degree. 12 places from itself can bring the unconscious qualities, may bring people that may not have your best intention at heart. So remember, not everybody can come with you on your journey. Not everybody's going to be your friend, okay? This can also bring an energy of feeling misunderstood, feeling different, perhaps feeling rejected from certain people or groups, and you may not understand why. It's because you have the energy to progress society, to move forward, to really make the world a better place. So we need you, okay? But we need you to become confident in the ideas that you have, because once you execute them, oh, the world's going to be something new. So I have faith that you're going to do what you do. All right? But that's pretty much all I'm seeing for your chart for the most part. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. All right, so now is a great time to put in, if in the case that you would like a private reading, I do offer private readings. I haven't had some, well, I've had private readings, but like I've had a break this week. But if in the case that you do want a private reading, I do private readings. I do offer astrology, numerology, tarot. I even do combos. But you could take a look at the link in my bio under universal analysis to see what I offer, and for what pricing, whatever too. But I usually take a look at your chart for an hour. We laugh, we cry, we say all the A words. It's a good time. But if you would like to book a private reading, that's in the link in my bio under universal analysis. I also have astrology books if in the case that you would like to learn astrology or even learn how to read your own chart. Look at God. It's called the Beginner's Guide to Life Astrology Edition. It teaches you about the astrology basics, teaches you how to read your chart. So I think it's a good read. It's a short read. It's more of an ebook series. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the link in my bio under TRZO Sebastian Publishing. I also have another book called Astrological Tea, Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. That teaches, I just basically spend my opinion on like traditional astrology, sidereal astrology, true sidereal astrology, draconic astrology. I go into all that, persona charts too. So if you're interested in giving that a read, that's called the Astrological Tea, Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. And then the Beginner's Guide to Life Astrology Edition, both can be found in the link in my bio under TRZO Sebastian Publishing. Okay. All right. So let's see what else is going on here. Any thought about, I'm sorry, I'm just rereading the things that I missed. So bear with. Well, I love that romantic. Oh, I already read that. It's tiring. Critical situation. I sell makeup and I love that transformation. Read that too. Could also be meeting a partner through work with Venus here. Sorry. Olara also said you could also be meeting a partner through work with Venus. Should I quit my 9 to 5? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not going to give advice with that, because I'm not going to sit here and tell people yes and then they quit their 9 to 5 and it was the worst experience that they had. I'm going to leave that to you. Same question. Is rice water good? But I also need to be more consistent with rice water, because I wouldn't know if it's good or not. But like, I do want to ask if anybody does have experience with rice water, because I would make mine. But I've seen some people with the rice water, they boil it. They don't boil it, but they clean the rice first and then they get the rice water. When I first did it, I watched a video where she didn't do that, and I just used the rice water as it was. So if anybody has any advice on that, let me know. I have rosemary oil, and I use that for my hair. Honey, like rosemary oil and honey together. Do you mix the two together? Any thoughts on Venus conjunct South Node in 8th house in synastry? This may not be a long-lasting relationship. Anything that's connected to the South Node, especially since it's Venus, it may be a good relationship at first, but moving on, there may be distance in the relationship, or it could just be a spiritually focused relationship, especially when it's in the 8th house. Could be helping you on your healing journey, could be transformative for you, could help you to prioritize your healing journey, or could just be an intimate. It may start out being intimate, but as you move towards the North Node energy, it's going to be a relationship that helps you to understand your worth and value. It's going to be a relationship that may even help you to bring in some income for yourself. But anything that's conjunct the South Node in synastry is not really the best, but it could also represent spirituality within the relationship too. So all hope is not lost. Okay. It's your gut health as well. No dairy for 30 days. I couldn't do that. I love cereal too much. Although I do almond milk. Is almond milk considered, well, dairy? I guess. But like, I can home make it, but it doesn't seem like dairy to me. But like, I couldn't do no dairy for 30 days. And that and grilled cheese. Oh my God, I love grilled cheese. Do you think the reason why I always end up separated with Taurus suns is because it's it's opposing my Mars? Not necessarily. No. No. I feel as though that if it's opposing your Mars, is there something within your energy that is being shown to them that they go away? I don't know, because there can be a million reasons as to why Taurus suns may just up and go. What is your ascendant, by the way, Alara, again? Like, what's your ascendant again? Because I know that you have your moon in Pisces, but I'm forgetting your ascendant. 10:10 on the clock, everybody. Look at God. Let's see. Thoughts on North Node conjunct Midhaven. Oh, you're meant to be seen by people, aren't you? All right. Let's see here. By 1 degree, 10th house Aries. Okay. So with North Node in Aries, oh, you're going through your lunar return right now too. Oh, not lunar return, your nodal return. With North Node in Aries, fated events can definitely happen around self-identity, independence, taking action towards your life's direction, as well as giving back to yourself through self-nourishment. When it's conjunct the Midhaven, this can bring you in front of the masses, doing some public work. Perhaps you're setting up a legacy for yourself or establishing your life's work, whatever that may mean for you. It's really up to you, whatever it is that you would like to do. You're just meant to have some structure and organization, and you're meant to do it at a specific level, okay? You may attract success and status that may put you in a position of authority within the masses too. Let's see here. Oat milk. Ugh. I'm sorry. I said what I said. I did. Oat milk, I just don't like the thinness. It's too thin for me. It's thin. You know, I don't know. No. It's giving water. It's like, it's watered milk. That's what oat milk is. You know? I'm a Cancer rising, ow. Moon in Scorpio, ow. Jupiter in Scorpio in the 6th. Oh, I like my moon in Scorpios. You know, maybe I'm an unpopular opinion, but I do like moon in Scorpio. Cancer rising too, I gotta be biased. Almond milk isn't dairy. Thank you for that. Okay, so maybe I can do the 30-day no dairy, you know, but I'm like, I do like grilled cheese. And I know cheese is dairy, but I don't like that vegan cheese that they have. Has anybody tried that? It tastes like cardboard and chalk. No sugars. Oh, praying to God. Almond milk is not dairy, friend. Okay, guys, I know now. I know. Oats are really good for you. I know, but I'm like, I like oatmeal because I eat oatmeal religiously. But like oat milk, I'm like, I can't eat the milked oat. I'm sorry, I just can't do that. Let's see. Does it cause problems when Moon in Scorpio and no. I wouldn't say it causes problems. Emotional regulation may be a challenge for you. Going below the surface and doing healing work gets better over the span of time, especially with Jupiter, because Jupiter gives you a lot of opportunities to prioritize your healing journey and to let go of certain things. You know, that can come easier for you. Juxtapose people with Saturn and Scorpio or Saturn in the 8th as well, too. But I prefer looking at whole sign, too. That way you get a broader analysis as to how both those energies will manifest for you. Trust me. You know, I'll take your trust. I'll get some oat milk one of these days because my brother, he's obsessed with oat milk too. And I'm like, ugh, you know. But you know what? I said the same thing about gizzards the other day, but I did have gizzards for the first time. And I'm like, okay, I'm not mad about it. It tasted all right. It did. Thanks for your answer. Everything's been chaos the last couple of years. Oh, sending good vibes your way. Also, oat milk is good. Okay, so maybe I should try it out. Maybe I'm being the picky patty here. I am. I said what I said because I'm like, ugh. Vegan cheese doesn't melt. Yes, that's the problem. Yeah, it does not melt. And I think I know what brand you're talking about too. It's that one that looks like Swiss cheese and then you put it in the microwave for like 4 minutes and it's still looking the same. It's giving government. I don't know. Let's see here. Cancer rising as well. And does my placement cause what? Lots of Cancer risings here. I love me my Cancer risings. I don't do oat milk either. I'm saying it's like liquid water. I rather just drink water. Might depend on the brands that you try. That's also true too, because I know different brands. Like, and I'm very picky with brands. Like, for instance, I love Martin's Potato Bread. Anybody else have Martin's Potato Bread here? I love Martin's Potato Bread so much, and when I moved here, I thought I wasn't going to find it, but I walked myself into a Randall's and I found it, and then H-E-B started carrying it too, so I was like, oh, look at God, you know? Oh my God. So ever since then, I've been just over the moon with Martin's Potato Bread, but I've grown up with Martin's Potato Bread, so I love that too. But I'm very brand picky, you know, like when I find a brand that I like, I will buy that brand. I will become the spokesperson for that brand, you know, and unfortunately, like some brands start going out of business and I'm like, ugh, now I have to find another brand. But oat milk, maybe I just have to find the right brand of it. Almond milk, I just love, but I know it's bad for the environment when you make it. But I usually make it homemade too. Like you just buy some almonds from the store. You put water. Some people put vanilla in it to sweeten it up. I put syrup, maple syrup. I put that. I do. Try an oat face mask. First, it has good creams for sensitive skin. Do you have eczema? No, I don't have eczema, but I do have sensitive skin. And I very much into natural remedies. So like I love to make my own like lotions, creams, and things like that. So I'll definitely look into making that for a face mask too. You know, if you can get these pores clean, I'll take it. Libra rising here. We love a Libra rising. Make your own. Soak the soaks with cinnamon, vanilla, and then blend it. Oh, I gotta write this down. Wait a second. Let's see here. I'm going to write it down. I will. Okay. Face mask. Okay. oats, cinnamon, vanilla, and then blend them. This is how I take notes. I said the face mask, oats, cinnamon, vanilla, blend them. Some chai tea latte with foam. Do you guys like chai tea? I've just never been a chai tea person. I'm a more chamomile English breakfast. I like your energy. Thank you, thank you. Yes, maple syrup can add to it. Oh, great. Look at God. I'm going to add the maple syrup. Maple syrup. And they have a lot of natural things down here, too. What brand of oat milk does everybody like? I'm also Silk. Oh, I love Silk. I love Silk. And I think they did, they had an oat milk. I feel like I saw it the last time I went grocery shopping. But I love Silk. I love Almond Breeze. They're okay, but I prefer Silk over Almond Breeze because Almond Breeze tastes a little funny to me. But it's probably because I'm used to Silk. No for oat milk. Love to, oh, no for oat milk ad. You're okay. You're right. Not for the face mask. For oat milk. Do you like Middle Eastern food? Which Middle Eastern country in specific? Because, like, I do like Middle Eastern food. I like falafel. I like lamb a little too much. I know I shouldn't because, like, I was a vegetarian for some time, but, like, cold cuts kind of ruined it for me. And then I was just... But, yes, I like certain Middle Eastern foods. There's videos on how to make oat milk on this app. Yeah, I have them all saved in I have like the, you know when you save it to favorites and then you can add like, or manage where they go? I have a whole folder called natural remedies or food that I have all these things in. And I told myself when I move, I'm going to start trying all these new things. And I try them here and there. There's a recipe for sticky buns. Oh my God, let me tell you. I make them I make them so much all the time. So it's kind of like Cinnabon, but like you take King's Hawaiian's rolls and then you tap holes in them. Then you put brown sugar, cinnamon, and then you put it in the oven for about 10 minutes on 350. And then while that's cooking in the oven, you take cream cheese, butter, vanilla, powdered sugar, and cinnamon, and then you mix it together for the icing. After 10 minutes, you take it out of the oven, pour it on. Chef's kiss. I recommend it for everybody to try it out. Let's see. I go to sleep with my mask on. It's been that way for years. 0 to small pores. And see, that's what I'm looking for. Because I noticed for witch hazel, that works good on my skin too. But I have to buy the moisturizer type, not just the regular one, because that tends to dry my skin here. But also my skin's readjusting because has anybody moved and then like noticed that their appetite, their skin, everything just changes? Like when I lived in when I went to school in Vegas, I noticed that like my whole bodily chemistry changed. Like my skin became drier, my hair started growing faster, though it just, I got issues with my hair because my hair breaks easily. But like when I used witch hazel there, I had no pores, like you couldn't see them. And it's working for me here, but I'm noticing that like my skin has like this karmic dance with oily and then dry. Like some days it'll be like really oily and then some days it'll just be really dry. You are the greatest. Gotta go. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining. I hope to see you soon. Silk creamers are GOAT. You want to know what creamer is really great? The Cinnabon sweetener that I found. I don't know if they sell it in stores down. I haven't seen it here in Texas. I'm sure that they have it in Texas somewhere. But like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it anywhere. But in New York, oh my God, you walk into a 7-Eleven and you go to the sweetener section, they have Cinnabon sweetener. I would grab like 7. I love those types of sweeteners, but I haven't tried the silk creamers yet. I'm Turkish, so I'm going to say turkey. That's right. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Let's see here. I was born with 0 or very small pores. That must be so interesting. For me, I was born with like no acne. Like I never had acne, never really had pit bulls. My skin didn't react all that much until I got into adulthood. Like, for instance, I can't really eat fried foods all that much anymore. Like I can eat fried foods like it was going out of stock. Like it was going out of style. But now I don't really eat fried foods all that much, specifically like fried chicken, fried fish. Like that breaks my sides out, like right here where I'm pointing. It breaks that out right there. Sometimes I'll have something on the forehead, but it's usually on the sides, like towards the temple. But usually if I eat healthy and eat right, I can get away with my skin looking fleek and fly, per se. All right. I like this conversation. I like talking about things, other aside from astrology and all that. I mean, I love astrology, of course, but I like when we can talk about like natural remedies and things like that because I'm like these are things that I love to talk about too. There's something else that I'm forgetting too. Ooh, brushing with baking soda. Like, I usually brush with baking soda too. And so if in the case that you guys don't brush with baking soda, I know some people, like, they do, like, the natural toothpaste with the, what is it, with the coconut oil. They have the baking soda with that too. I don't really do that. But, I do brush with baking soda to make your teeth more whiter and brighter on a natural note. But that's that. Let's see what the polls are at so far. We have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius at 38.46, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in the lead with 46.15, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius tied with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces at 7.69. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today, for Friday, for the weekend. We're going to let you guys go earlier today. Just be sure that we are back on Monday. As I said, I do have private readings. If in the case that you're interested in that, just go to the link in my bio under Universal Analysis. You can't miss it. It has book readings right next to it. Okay, I do offer astrology, numerology, and tarot services if you're interested. All right. And then also take a look at the books if you're interested, is that too. The Beginner's Guide to Life Astrology Edition and the Astrological Tea Falling Down the Rabbit Hole. That's available to you in the link in my bio under Trevor Sebastian Publishing. All right. But until next time, everybody, stay safe. Happy Friday. And I'll see you next week on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.